Michigan Magazine is kept on the road by our many Michigan friends. Cops and Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare, a winning combination. Cops and Donuts. Thunder Bay Resort, a destination for all seasons with special events and packages. Hingeman Acres, Canoe Livery and Resort on M33 just north of Mayo, catering to the outdoor enthusiasts. Cabins, canoes, kayaks, rafts, and more. Daytime or overnight trips along the world-famous Asabo River. Rose Valley Winery on Beechwood Road in Rose City. See what thousands are raving about, creating a delicious variety of award-winning Michigan wines. Stop by and taste for yourself. The taste of Michigan is yours at Rose Valley Winery. Remembering good times and great food, Frank and Lisa invite you to Tin Lizzie's in Mayo for a blast back to the 50s and 60s when food was made from scratch, including home-ground Angus burgers. A full menu of great food and good memories await you at the new Tin Lizzie's of Mayo. On this week's Michigan Magazine, we bring you the Michigan Man, songwriter-singer Mike Ridley. In part one, we find out more about the man behind that ever-popular song, I Am a Michigan Man. Then we bring you our first shelter story, stories of pet rescue and adoption at Michigan's Pounds and Shelters. Michigan's natural horsemanship instructor, Shaun Beardsley, is on deck then with an introduction to her new student, a 1-year-old Rocky Mountain. It's all coming up on this edition of Michigan Magazine. This is Mike Ridley, a man of many hats in his lifetime. You may not recognize his face, but you more than likely know or have heard his music, and more specifically, his original composition, Michigan Man. As a matter of fact, this song is being introduced in the state legislature this very moment to be considered as the official state song of Michigan. We've got lots of unofficial state songs out there, but nothing has ever been agreed upon yet. Perhaps Mike will make this cut. In any event, we crossed paths with Mike, the entertainer, at one of his many gigs across the Midwest to learn more about this very popular Michigan man whose destiny became evident after receiving his third layoff notice in 2 years while teaching public schools in rural northern Michigan. It was at this point Mike decided perhaps it was time to follow his dream. So, here we are. Well, Michael, it's a pleasure seeing you again.
It's my pleasure.
Mike Ridley here at somewhere in the woods in northern Michigan in the Hillman area. We are at the Thunder Bay Resort. Mike Ridley, you're performing at a very special time of the year. This is the time of the Irish. Are you any Irish in you?
Tiny bit.
Tiny bit?
Yeah.
How much of a bit would you say?
I would say just a small fraction. It goes back several centuries, to my understanding.
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
But mostly, I'm your generic tap water European.
There you go. So am I. Well, welcome to Michigan Magazine as we hit the back roads at Thunder Bay Resort, and we have all sorts of tables set here, and you're going to be performing for a group that's going to be coming off the trail, and an elk viewing situation here, but this is the Thunder Bay Resort. You've been here before, haven't you?
Several times. I've been here. I was trying to figure out earlier, probably 15, 16 years I've been here. I started out doing New Year's Eve, and then we added Super Bowl weekend and St. Patrick's Day, as well as a few other events throughout the year. It's a wonderful place to play.
Well, many people might not know your face, but they know your music. One of the favorites that we have at Michigan Magazine, and you probably know that I Am a Michigan Man. That's one of our favorites. We'd like to tell everybody a little bit about the true Mike Ridley, your roots, where you come from, how you got into the music business. This was started out kind of as a hobby for you, didn't it?
Well, I think it did. I was raised in a very entertainment-based family. My mother was a jazz and blues piano bar musician.
Oh, okay.
And then my older brother, was a comedian, and he owns the Mark Ridley's Comedy Castle in Royal Oak. It's the second oldest comedy club in the nation now. Okay. And he's had the opportunity, Jerry Seinfeld, Jay Leno, Tim Allen. Tim Allen started at my brother's place. Okay. And that's my brother's place. And I have a younger brother who's a wonderful opera singer and actor. He lives in New York. And then I have a sister who is a jazz rock singer who traveled the world for several years, and she settled down now. But we were all kind of followed Mom's footsteps. We were all started. But I actually got into sports at a young age and stayed with it until I was about midway through college, and I gave up. I played basketball, and I gave it up just to start playing guitar, and I really concentrated on it then, and then taught for a few years. I taught for a sum total of 10 years between full-time student and substitute teaching, but I always wanted to play music, and I knew that's what I was going to do one of these days. And after being laid off, I think 2 or 3 times, I figured out this is destiny calling. I got to find a real job, and suffice it to say that music and playing weekend gigs turned out to be my job for 30-some years.
Yeah, and you're traveling all throughout the state of Michigan, bringing a lot of smiles, and you get that sense of humor, I think, that runs in the family.
Yes, yeah, we definitely.
And you have a deep love for the state of Michigan, don't you?
Yes, very much, very much. In fact, just had a granddaughter. Her first granddaughter was born in Houston, Texas, and we went down there. She's a couple weeks old, and I'm holding Greta on my lap, and I'm reaching in my pocket and rubbing her bottoms of her feet, and my wife goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm rubbing her feet with sand. It's from Burt Lake. It's beach sand. She may have been born in Texas, but the first dirt that her feet ever hit were from Michigan." So,
Can I hear amen for that? I tell you. Let's talk a little bit about the inspiration of Michigan Man. I mean, this is something that is dear to a lot of people's hearts too. The way you put it, and the way you bring in the Native American influence into it too. Now, tell us a little bit about the inspiration.
Well, I was always thinking about writing a song about our state. I traveled a lot outside the state, and I was in playing one time. And people had at the time I was living in southeast Michigan, down in Southfield, outside of Detroit. And I think I was playing in Austin, Texas, and people were just fascinated. You live in Detroit? And the urban shot. and I really knew that we needed a PR boost. And it goes back to something. I'm a Spartan, but I got to give Bo Schembechler some credit because he had hired Steve Fisher to replace Bill Frieder when he left Michigan basketball. And he said, "A Michigan man is going to coach a Michigan team." I said, that was such a strong statement. And it always stuck with me. And so I went home and I started working on a song probably around 1989, 90, right in there, and I think I finished it maybe in 91, 92, and played it for the first time right around then. And there was always people, it should be the state song. It should be the state song. But it's been 20 years, and whatever. But that's where. And then I ran into a fellow named Ken Pheasant who teaches the Odawa language. You know Kenny probably. Yep. And so he helped me translate one verse that I wanted to put in there as a bridge. That looking back on the history of Michigan, we should always remember the first people of Michigan, and that was our Native American roots here in the state. And I felt strongly about that, and Ken did a nice job, helped me translate that.
So what does that actually mean, your little phrase?
It just means it's he who understands the passing of light, understands the history of Michigan. Looking back, we'll always remember those first people of Michigan. So literally, it's just a nod toward the Indians in our past, and it's all around us now. So,
So are you doing more original stuff than?
It's been sneaking up on me. Last night I had a gig and people were asking, this song, that, and I said, you must have bought the CD sometime. I got 4 CDs out, and I'm always curious to see which ones they've heard, because in my younger days I was a little wilder. Probably I always introduce that older person as my evil twin, but when I was doing a lot of nightclub gigs, and so the older I get, the more I lean toward I want to say a family-friendly show, but I still work clubs, and you do what you got to do to get through the night sometimes, and I'm not making an excuse. That's just what I do, So, as one comedian once told me, funny's funny. If you make people laugh and they're not throwing stuff at you, you're doing okay. So.
When I wander far away, a dream stays with me night and day. It's the road that leads to my home state. I am a Michigan man. Changing seasons paint the scene like rainbow trout in a hidden stream. The white-tailed deer in the tall pine trees. I am a Michigan man. I am a Michigan man. Ask where I'm from and I'll show you my hands. Lord above, I love this land. I am a Michigan man. From the Keweenaw down to St. Joe, Kalamazoo, East to Monroe, to St. Marie and back again. I am a Michigan man. I am a Michigan man. Ask where I'm from and I'll show you my hands. Lord above, I love this land. I am a Michigan man. Say when in wegam when manani abna ming anishnavik anishnavik. If I should die across the sea on a peninsula, you can bury me. On my headstone it should read, here lies a Michigan man. I am a Michigan man. Ask where I'm from and I'll show you my hands. Lord above, I love this land. I am a Michigan man. I am a Michigan man. Ask where I'm from and I'll show you my hands. I am, by God, I am a Michigan man. I am a Michigan man, where sleeping bears lie on the sand. Manitou has placed his hands. I am a Michigan man.
Michigan Magazine is being brought to you in part by Cops and Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare. What began as a crazy idea among 9 police officers to purchase the historic Clare City Bakery quickly became an international phenomenon, carrying on a Michigan tradition with delicious donuts, pies, pastries, breads, original coffee, and more. Plus a full menu at the new adjacent Traffic Stop Diner. Downtown Clare, a winning combination. Cops and Donuts. Hale Hardware, your do-it-center in Hale, Michigan. Much more than a regular hardware store, providing everything you need for whatever your project is, along with a knowledgeable sales staff to get her done. Serving Northern Michigan since 1946. Hale Hardware, south of M65 at Ainsley in Hale. The Michigan-made rebounding mailbox pole. Never again worry about the winter snowplow taking out your mailbox with this ingenious rebounding pole. Your mailbox takes a hit and keeps coming back year after year. Call now or visit their website, toughmailboxes.com. Clemix Sales and Service on Mapes Road, west of Mile, your complete recreational vehicle sales and service connection. Visit their beautiful showroom of new and pre-owned ATVs, lawnmowers, power equipment, snowmobiles, utility vehicles, and more. Clemix Sales and Service is also the home of the American-made Victory motorcycle line on display at Clemix on Mapes Road, Mile. Shelter Stories, an update of pets at animal shelters throughout Michigan. Before you buy, think about adopting first. Your best friend could be anxiously awaiting for you. Shelter Stories is brought to you in part by Holistic Pampered Pets of West Branch, providing made-in-the-USA products, ensuring a healthier pet. Both cats and dogs are living a happier and longer life. Adopt a pet and get your first bag of pet food free. Holistic Pampered Pets at the Light in downtown West Branch. We are in the midst of love, I guess you would call it, here at the Humane Society in Ogemaw County. This is the shelter now with Donna. Donna, tell us a little bit about the shelter. This is a fairly new shelter and organization, isn't it? Tell us a little bit of the background of what's been happening here.
Well, we're board-driven. We have currently we have 6 members on our board. We run volunteer, strictly volunteer. We run on grants. We have 3 paid positions. We've been open. We're going on our 4th year in June.
Oh my. So what's the mission, basically, of the organization?
The mission is just to take in the strays and rehome them.
Do any chip work here or things of that sort?
We do microchipping for $20.
Okay.
Yeah, we offer microchipping. We only do it for the pets that are here. When we have our pictures with Santa, our Mutt March, pictures with the Easter Bunny, and then our fall pictures, we offer it $20 to anybody. They can come in off the street and have theirs microchip for $20.
How big of an organization or facility do you have? How many animals do you handle, and what's the procedure?
The procedures, they come in off the street. We typically take from animal control first. Anything animal control brings in, we have to have cages available for the animal control officer. People, they can surrender their own pets here if they have to. It all depends on the situation. They do have to pay a fee. It's a $50 fee if they're not spayed or neutered. It's $25 if they are. But that all depends if we have room or not, because the strays come first.
I see.
Our basic means here is to take in the strays and rehome the strays.
The younger animals, they go pretty fast. I mean, the puppies and the cute ones
Puppies
go
go
fast.
really fast. We have waiting lists for the puppies, and as soon as people find out we have puppies, they're coming through the door. I hear you have puppies.
Yeah. Well, I was really taken by the mature dogs and pets that are here, like Casey back there. I saw the one in the back. I saw her in the paper. She's such a cute dog, and 7 years old. But it's a pet that it's ready for a mature, more or less, person to take care of it. Do you still have a lot of mature animals here that maybe
Yeah,
somebody?
we call them our seniors.
Okay.
And we love them just like we love the puppies. They're the special ones where we pick certain people for them to go home with. Like we have one back there, she's been here for a while, and we do hang on to them as long as we can to get them adopted. We won't ever euthanize for space. It's, the only reasons we euthanize here is for aggression or if they have an illness that we just can't afford to treat. And we don't get the donations in to help treat it, then we have to put them down.
These are animals that, are searching for a home. So
They're waiting.
they're waiting.
Back there, you can see it in their eyes. They're waiting.
Thank you very much, Donna.
Thank you.
Shelter Stories have been brought to you by Holistic Pampered Pets of West Branch, providing everything you'll need for a happier, healthier pet.
So, I got this new family. And I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy. Oh, and she even talks to it. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Okay, we're at Liberty Pines, and we've got some excitement going on here today. Shaun, what's happening here?
Well, today I just got a new yearling Rocky Mountain horse. Next month in April, he'll be a year old. And I thought it'd be fun to show you some of the beginning stages of the training. And today we're going to do what I call the catching game. Instead of you going out and catching your horse, I like to have the horse come catch you. So I'm going to start working with him to teach him how to come find me.
Okay. Can you describe a little bit about this new horse you have? Where did you find him? And
Okay, we went down the road to the horse down in Kentucky, Don and I, and Don had a Rocky Mountain horse that we had gotten, I guess, 2 years ago. And he just wasn't working out for us. That's one thing I like people not to feel bad if the horse that you end up with isn't working and you're having issues or you figure out that this really just isn't the horse for me. Go find one that is meant for you, that's a good partner for you, because there's so many out there, and both of us, we talked about it a lot and a lot of decision making, and finally said, you know what, we're going to find a more suitable partner for Don. So we bought this one, mainly traded him, and we're going to be working with him. He decided to buy my other Rocky that I bought, the one that I trained also last year, Destiny. He's buying her, so this little guy I'm going to train and he'll be up for sale.
you've got a bundle of energy out there too, don't you?
Yeah, he's going to be fun. I'm so excited.
Okay. Any name? Have you named him yet?
Well, his name is very superstitious, but we haven't come up with a nickname yet. We'll just see what his little horsenality is like first.
Okay, we're all set. Are you all set?
Oh, yeah, we're
Don,
ready
you all
to go.
set? Yes. Cliff, you all set?
All set.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Well, thanks so much for joining us in Michigan Magazine. For more information on today's show, visit us online at michiganmagazine.com or facebook.com or twitter.com. And check out our new web location at michiganmagazinetv.webs.com. Here you'll find out all the information on our show today and our vacation giveaways, our big Sunrise Side wine tour June 4th, and more. Now it's time for the word of the day. It is holistic. If you've watched today's shelter stories, you may have discovered how this can make for happier, healthier pet adoptions. Email the word along with your name, address, and phone number to iwatchmichiganmagazine@gmail.com and increase your chances to win one of 5 Northern Michigan vacations. That's all the time we've got. We'll see you here next week for another edition of Michigan Magazine. We'd like to thank all those that help keep Michigan Magazine on the road. Thunder Bay Resort, a destination for all seasons with special events and packages. Thunder Bay Resort in Hillman. Cops and Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare, a winning combination. Cops and Donuts. Discount Foods, downtown Mayo. Find national name brand foods and merchandise at sharply discounted prices. Shop the smart way and please the family without breaking the budget. Discount Foods, downtown Mayo. For home medical and healthcare products, visit Rose City Drug at 2640 North M33, just south of Rose City city limits. Rose City Drug has a complete diabetic department, including shoes. Serving Michigan for over 20 years, Rose City Drug, Rose City Canyons Resort in Lumpton. Opening for the summer, May 25th, with plenty of great food, beverage, and live entertainment. Come enjoy the barbecue ribs and chicken cooked over a wood-burning grill. Then stay for the week or weekend with hotel, vacation home, or rent an island on beautiful Sage Lake. Call or visit them online at canyonsresort.com.